Let's talk about the Mondo line. First one would be the original DC Mondo. All of the Mondos were created based off a modified D2O. That's where all the DNA come from. Over time, different people tuned them differently, and it's the terms called cut. So and so cut this one, so and so cut that one. So all the different Mondo models basically represent a different cut. So the regular Mondo is the first one we done. It's based off of one of my old favorite old calls. It's a little cleaner on top than the others. It's got good range. It's good and loose on the bottom. It's something most folks will blow it in big tracts of public woods. That's kind of where it made its claim to fame. As with all the Mondos, most folks probably buy them for their volume and breaking high duck ability. However, I think their strongest suit is in finishing ducks. Nice, easy, and loose on the bottom. You get that little light chatter. Just really easy. Little easy quacks, or you can step it up. Good natural sound, a lot of bass, a lot of rattle, carries well, ducks hear it good. The other side of it is you can really push it and get a lot of volume out of it. Hit it in the middle. DC Mondo. If you're looking to go to a cut down style call and want to try one, or you're an old hand and you want to put grandpa's heirloom PS Old up and not worry about losing it or breaking it or messing it up, give one of the Mondos a try. You just may like it. That was the DC Mondo. The DC Mondo LT, or as some people refer to it, Mondo Light. That was actually a bad term because it's not really lighter than the regular Mondo. It's just different. It's a little bit looser, but it's not lighter. It's just as loud, just got as much whap as the regular Mondo. A little more bass, a little more rattle. Again, it's really good at breaking high ducks, but it's really loose on the bottom. Again, it's probably strong suit. It's finishing ducks. However, most folks would think its strong suit is in breaking high ducks. But again, like the regular Mondo, it's easy. You can just breathe on it, or just exhaling. Once you get that, you're on the road. Get them good natural quacks out of it. Get that light chatter again. Them little old mama hen clucks, it's just got a lot of natural to it. When you just want to hit it normal, got some pop, but yet you can control it. If you want to push it, you can kind of clean it up on top. If you're an old hand blowing an oat, or you're looking for something new, check out the DC Mondo LT. Moving on, the Mondo line is the Mondo LA. Now the Mondo LA is, again, as in all the Mondos, its DNA comes from a modified D2O. Now the LA designation stands to us for either Lower Arkansas or Louisiana. It was really popular back in the day when folks was modifying oats or cutting oats. Back in the day, they would cut the tone board off square, to whereas a regular Mondo has a rolled tone board. This is actually where the actual term cut down came from. The tone board is cut down, cut back underneath the reed. And that, I don't know exactly what all that does, but it does change the call some. The Mondo LA tends to be a little bassier than the rest of the line and more rattle all the way through its range. So the Mondo LA, there's a lot of hands that come around here that's their thing. They tried and true firm believers in the Mondo LA. And again, like the other Mondos, it's loose on the bottom. Good natural quack. You can hit it easy. You can hear bass in there. It's got a lot more bass in it. When you hit it hard, here it's got a little more rattle on top, and there's another level I can push it. It's just got a lot to it, a lot of power in the call. Breaking high ducks or finishing ducks, being finicky late in the year, it's good all the way around. It's got a little different feel and personality than the other two. And again, with all the Mondos, there's a little different learning curve. Once you get comfortable with it, you'll love them. If you're looking for a good, if you had your dad's or your granddad's old LA cut oat and you're looking for something you're not worried about, not able to replace, check out the Mondo LA. A lot of guys over time liked a shorter barrel. So we messed with, back in the old messing days, we would take and just hack a barrel off till it blew better. We had a couple of our good friends here liked the shorter barrels with the Mondos, so we started making one. So we got the Mondo S, the Mondo LTS, and the Mondo LAS. A lot of folks think that the tone board is different and the insert is different. Absolutely not. The only difference between a Mondo and a Mondo LS is the length of the barrel. So you can see there's a little barrel length difference here. Try to move that up. But there's actually no difference in the insert, stopper, tone board, nothing. It's all the same. But it does change the personality of the call. When you put that stopper in a shorter barrel, a lot of folks mistakenly think it's going to be easier to blow. It's not necessarily easier. The air gets there faster, but you got to be more on top of the call to control it. Also, too, if we are batch tuning an order of calls that are going for both regular length barrels and shorter barrels, typically when you put them in the shorter barrel, you need to come back and make another snip on the reed. So it actually makes them a little harder to blow pressure-wise. We adjust that by shortening the reed. And again, a lot of people love them, but you got to be more on top of it. This is the regular Mondo S. That air gets there faster, and again, you just got to be a little bit more on top of it. Again, a lot of folks like it better. It's cool, but it's all in what you want and what the ducks like. So that's the Mondo S. Again, no different between a Mondo S and a regular Mondo except the length of the barrel. Going to be the same thing with the LT. And I'm going to use the same barrel I just used so as not to mess anything up. So when you take the LTM piece, put it in a shorter barrel, it doesn't necessarily make it easier. It just makes it different. So Mondo LTS. So what you're getting there is with that longer barrel versus the shorter barrel, is the longer barrel actually kind of builds in just a touch of back pressure. So it takes more air to fill up the barrel. So that's kind of, for lack of a better term, building back pressure. Especially like blowing them little easy feeds or something, it makes the call a little looser on the bottom. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this shorter barrel. You can hear it. Not quite as clean. I got to push it just a little bit more. But that being said, when you're really blowing loud and on top, it makes the call really sharp, lots of pop, and it'll be that way for each one of the shorts, whether it be a regular short, LT short, or an LA short. The Mondo LAS. Again, I'm back to using the same green barrel, and you can see that it's quite a bit shorter. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's 3/4 of an inch shorter, and the same way with the Mondo LA compared to the regular Mondo or the Mondo LT is the shorter barrel creates the air to get there faster, and again you got to be on top of it a little more. You really notice it to me with the LAs more so than the others. You got to come back on. You got to be more on the call, really controlling your mechanics. You kind of hear it fall off there because I fell off too much. And that's just, you got to keep it in there. The shorter barrel just changes the personality and aspects of the call when you blow it. But there you go. there's all the Mondos. If you're looking to switch and try a cut down style call, we would love for you to give one of our Mondos a try or the new Rockin' R.